Welcome to the Scary Show, the home of grunge storytelling. Morgan had always been meticulous about his travel plans, but that evening, exhaustion clouded his usually sharp mind. With a foggy brain and a heavy heart, he boarded what he thought was his flight to San Francisco. Settling into his seat, he sighed, looking forward to a good night's sleep once he arrived. However, as the plane ascended into the sky, he glanced at his ticket and felt his heart skip a beat. Did I get on the wrong flight? His pulse quickened, and he was about to call for a flight attendant when the captain's voice crackled over the PA system.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. We are expecting a bit of turbulence, but rest assured, we'll be home before you know it.
All right.
Home? Morgan thought, his confusion deepening, panic rising. He tried to distract himself with the in-flight magazine. Its cover depicted a beautiful house, bathed in warm light, with the words, "Home Sweet Home," boldly printed above it. Just then, the plane shuddered noisily, causing Morgan to grip the armrest tightly. The passenger beside him, a mature woman with kind eyes and a serene demeanor, noticed his distress.
Is this your first trip?
She asked. Morgan shook his head, struggling to keep his voice steady. I think I boarded the wrong flight, she smiled.
I can understand how you're nervous. I was the first time I flew too, but it is truly the fastest way to get home.
Morgan stared at her bewildered. But I'm not supposed to be going home. I'm supposed to be going to San Francisco. She patted his hand reassuringly.
Don't worry, everything will be fine.
Her words did little to comfort him. Instead, they made the situation feel even more surreal, like a dream that kept spiraling deeper into strangeness. He wondered what he would be doing if he had paid closer attention and boarded the correct flight. Probably getting ready for a quiet night in his hotel, planning tomorrow's meetings. Suddenly, a violent shudder ran through the plane, snapping him out of his reverie and plunging him back into his current nightmare. The plane began to rattle and rumble, and the fastened seatbelt sign blinked on with a harsh ding. The captain's voice echoed through the cabin once more, now with a disturbing edge of finality.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. I have an announcement to make. We are nearing our final destination. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going home! We're going home! We're going home!
Morgan's blood ran cold as the plane tilted forward into a steep nosedive. Passengers around him cheered and clapped, their faces alight with joy, in stark contrast to his paralyzing fear. Alarms blared and oxygen masks dropped from overhead compartments, swaying like pendulums in the chaos. He fumbled for his mask, his hands trembling, but his eyes were drawn to the passengers around him. They were ecstatic, their eyes glowing with an eerie excitement. The woman beside him turned to him, her smile widening unnaturally.
Oh my God, we're going home. We are going home. We're going home.
She repeated, her voice barely audible over the screaming engines. Morgan's mind raced. This couldn't be real. He must be dreaming. But the cold, hard reality of the plummeting aircraft and the deafening noise argued otherwise. He closed his eyes, his thoughts a chaotic mess of fear and disbelief.
Street gang, this is Leviticus 21:9.
Tonight's Scary was written by Scary. If you enjoy the stories you find here, hit the like button. Think of it like applause at the end of a show. Please subscribe and click the top bell for all notifications so that you never miss an episode. And if you wouldn't mind, share this video so that others can discover The Scary Show. Questions, comments, suggestions? Let me know down below. The Scary Show always answers the fans, unless YouTube hides your comments from me.